If you grew up in Waltham, you probably shopped there, knew someone who worked there, or worked there yourself. If you were a child at the time, you might have been terrified or enchanted by the yearly arrival of Santa or the Easter Bunny. Whatever the case, Grover Cronin's was and remains a Waltham institution. Earlier this week, Phil Cronin, the grandson of Grover Cronin, talked to a jam-packed audience at the public library about the people of Grover Cronin.
There were a couple of people in Waltham that were in there 6 days a week. We didn't know whether they were shopping or boosting.
Cronin recently donated a complete set of the company's newsletters to the local history collection of the library. During his presentation, he had a number of the bound volumes handed out, and many of those in attendance found reminders of themselves, friends, or loved ones inside.
Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Boucher are receiving congratulations on the birth of a daughter who arrived on Sunday morning, June 29th, at the Sanderson Memorial Hospital in Waltham.
And that was Paul Cronin. And one day I looked in the paper and Paul had died. And I said, there goes our accounts receivable.
Jeremiah Cronin, the son of an Irish immigrant, was the store's patriarch. He sold tea out of a wagon in Watertown before moving his operation to this tiny Moody Street storefront in 1893. By all accounts, he was an inventive salesman.
Buy 5 pounds of tea and get a set of china. So he was quite a merchant. Now, I don't know what the china was. I don't think you would have found it in our gift department.
Jeremiah's son Grover built on his father's success, expanding from tea and dry goods into women's wear, menswear, furniture, and shoes. His vision was to own all the neighboring blocks, and over time, the store's Art Deco limestone facade came to stretch from the Charles River to Crescent Street.
It became the first store in Waltham to have an escalator. It only went up, though. Remember that? It only went up. That was a marketing ploy. I said, well, we should close the stairs. Just open them like at 5 o'clock or something.
Business boomed after the war. 1945 saw the launch of The Compass, a lively and detailed glimpse into the world of the store and its staff. This quote comes from a statement by Grover Cronin in the first issue.
We have always been interested in having in our organization an esprit de corps, firmly rooted in our mutual recognition of human values, our awareness of human dignity, our understanding of the sanctity of work, of the importance of our job to the community at large, and of the significance and worth of every single contribution to the accomplishment of the job.
Before it was commonplace, Cronin offered generous benefits and pensions to staff, creating a family-type atmosphere. Phil Cronin said the family's unwavering commitment to their customers and staff set the store apart.
Truly a family store in every sense of the word, and those generations of families that worked and shopped at the store really made it the famous institution it became.
The store's Santa Claus and Easter Bunny welcome parades were legendary, drawing crowds of more than 200,000 from all over New England.
Now, in 1950, the bunny landed in the field in a helicopter. That was a big deal, I'll tell you.
The parades were organized by Lisa Dillon's father, John, who served as publicity director for a better part of his 54 years at the store. Lisa started modeling at the store with her mother at age 2, but her fondest memories are of the parades.
We got to be in the parade sometimes. I was Alice in Wonderland one time, and we got paid in silver dollars, which was kind of neat. I had a couple of other sisters who were the Three Little Pigs. They weren't as important as Alice in Wonderland. I was very fortunate that for many years, Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans were the grand marshals, and they used to come to my house after the parade for dinner.
With traffic heading to suburban malls in the 1980s, the golden age of retailing on Moody Street had come to an end. The store closed in 1989 and was later demolished to make room for Cronin's Landing.
The store didn't go bankrupt. The store closed. All the bills were paid. All the pensions were paid. All the vendors were paid. All the employees were paid.
Following the presentation, attendees traded their own stories about Grover Cronin's.
She got one of the first scholarships Grover Cronin's gave, and to the student that they found deserved it.
When my father took sick, the Grover Cronin sent him all kinds of gifts, pillows, blankets, sheets. They're very, very good to him.
For Waltham Newswatch, this is Chris Wangler.